coffee, I've got the book, I've got a book to compare it to, I've got my notes that you can't see. Have I got my shit? No, I lost it when I read this book. Yeah, I lost it. Oh my God, this is an incredible book. That was my dog snorting. This is seriously such a good book. It is so thrilling. I sat down and I read it in a couple of hours, 2 hours and 36 minutes to be precise. I track my reading in Bookly. If you haven't got the Bookly app, highly recommend it. Anyway, that's a side note. This was so good. On the back it says, a deadly secret, an island town, a storm brewing. Who doesn't want to read it when you read those 3 sentences? And when it says a storm brewing, a storm, so many storms brewing. Like, this is such an intense book. It gripped me from start to finish. There was not one point where I didn't go, yeah, I'm gonna put it down. Like, I was constantly like, yeah, but what about, and who, and where, and just so many questions. I need a drink. I was seriously on the edge of my seat the whole time reading this. Like, I loved it, especially the last little section where in most books and most like movies and stuff, that's when things start to get like crazy and you're like, I can't actually put this book down or stop this movie. There's no such thing as going to the toilet in the middle of all of this. Like, I did not need to pee, but as soon as I finished, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been holding on a wee. So thanks, Christian White. I could have wet my pants and I wouldn't have even known because I was so invested. Like, I was so on the island. I wasn't even here in my home sitting on the couch. Like, I was in the island. So good. I think you would like this book if you enjoyed The Silent Patient. I think these two have a lot of similarities, especially around storylines and where they go. I don't want to say too much because both of these have incredible twists, and I think that's all you need to know about either of these books. If you haven't read either of these, like, highly recommend sitting down and reading both of these. Both very thrilling books. So yeah, if you've read The Silent Patient and enjoyed it, you'll enjoy The Wife and the Widow, and vice versa. If you've read The Wife and the Widow and enjoyed it, you'll enjoy The Silent Patient. The whole time I was reading this, I was thinking about what would I do for my family? How far would I go for my family? And at the end of the book, when I put it down, I was like, what would I do for my family? Would I do that? I don't know. I think people are put in situations that they just do the best they can. And I guess it's hard to say what you do in the situation. Probably wouldn't, but you know, I do love my family. So highly recommend this book. I have got 2 of these for sale on the website. So I highly recommend you pick them up. If you already have it, read it. Like, bring this, if you're TBR list and this is like kind of somewhere down here, bring it up. Just seriously bring it up. And as I said, 2 hours and 36 minutes to smash this bad boy out. Highly recommend this book. I've heard The Nowhere Child from the same author isn't as good as this book, but I haven't read that one yet. But as soon as I put this book down yesterday, I was like, I need to read his other book. I need to know, like, his world is so good. His descriptions, incredible. So Christian White is an Australian author, and the book is actually based out on an island past the Bellarine Peninsula, so it's like past Geelong. I haven't Googled whether the island is a real place. Maybe I should have done that before I sat down to film this. And you know when you read a book so fast or you consume something so quickly that you're not really paying attention to the details, there was quite a few times I had to go back and be like, wait, who said that? Because I feel like that is important. And then later on I was like, I'm so glad I reread that part, or I'm so glad I picked up on that name. So when I'm usually reading a book, I will sit down with my iPad with the book and I will write out, I'm pretty sure they're called a mind map. And so, you know, you put one idea in the middle, and I usually put the title, the author, kind of main points if I need to. and then I stretch out things and I put out characters and locations and things that I thought are important, or things that I want to remember later, or relationships, like being able to connect to people. I did it with the flat share and I really enjoyed that. And Gathering Dark by Candace Fox, brilliant book. And I was so glad that I was able to have that map up and be like, wait, so they're connected to that person, that connected to that person. So anyway, so when I was reading this book, I got about 50 pages in when I was eating lunch, and I was like, oh, I should get my iPad. I'll get it after lunch. Then after lunch, I was like, oh, I just want to finish that one little part. Next chapter, I'll pick up my iPad and fill back in from the last 50 pages or so. 100 and something pages in, I was like, I should get up and stop reading the book. I should go back to what I was doing before I did it. Get like 250 pages in, was like, ugh, I don't want to get off the couch. I don't want to go and get my iPad because I don't want to jump out of this world and back into my world. Like, if I go get my iPad, I'm probably going to go check an email or something. So I read the whole book and I just have my memory to serve me, which is not a good thing, by the way. I don't have a very good memory, which is why I take the good notes, so that I don't actually have to reread a book. I can reread my notes and go, oh yeah, and I can kind of connect what I have forgotten. But I don't even care that I don't have the notes, because that experience was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I struggle with that word, but I nailed it because this book is so good. It's worth nailing that word for. Christian White has absolutely nailed it. 10 out of 10, recommend this book. If you don't have it, buy it, find it, borrow it. I was about to say steal it. Don't steal it. It just felt like the next thing to say. But it is an incredible book. It's so worth it. I feel like I've hyped it up a lot, but it's really good, and the twist is really good, and I highly recommend sitting down and consuming it in one sitting, because that was good. Like, I know most people are off holidays now, but if you have a little like Sunday afternoon that you just want to chill out and get invested in something, get invested in this. Mind-bending is the word they've used in the back of this book, and yeah, mind-bending. I finished the book, and this is a reenactment of me finishing it, not over-advertised. Oh my god! Maybe a little bit over-dramatized, but I seriously was like, what do I do with my life? I read it too quickly, and now I don't know what to do with my life. And I still kind of feel like that. It is very early January, but I might say one of my top reads of 2021. Calling it now. And not to mention, my 2021 book reads have been pretty good so far. We're only like, I don't know, how many days in are we? 14 days in, 2 weeks in, and I'm like, oh, I have so many good contenders. As you can tell, I'm very excited by the book. So excited that I didn't film an end for this video. That's why it ended so abruptly. But you should definitely find the book and read the book. It is incredible. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye for now.